So we'll skip to our next one. Donald J. Trump.
Well, since he took one right out of his playbook, we might as well jump over to him, right?
Yep. Donald John Trump was found guilty last week in the in the civil case of defamation.
Wait a minute, another beacon of truth?
Yes, a man who never lies. And he's still saying it's a witch hunt and they're coming. Anyway, he was found guilty. This was a civil case, so essentially what happened was this woman, E. Jean Carroll, claimed that he raped her years ago. Just give you some of the background on why this case got fucked up. So it got dragged out for a long time, partly because he was president, and it's difficult to bring a case against a sitting president, right? Partly because they don't really have a Fifth Amendment right when you're in that office. So finally got it out, finally got the case going, finally got to court. Her attorneys called 10 witnesses who, all confirmed her story for the most part. And his attorneys for the defense called 0 witnesses and didn't present anything for a case because there was nothing to present. And Donald Trump didn't show up, didn't testify, said he was going to show up and testify. The judge said, okay, well, you got to get this motion in by the Sunday before we go to deliberation. Didn't get the motion in. Trump was in Ireland golfing the whole time, right? Jury deliberated for 3 hours. That's nothing. Came back and said, look, we're going to say, yeah, defamation. He committed that and definitely sexually abused her. We're like, we can't say he raped her because there's not enough evidence to say that he actually raped her. So he got tagged with defamation, sexual abuse, and now he owes her $5 million, which is about what she asked for.
Good for her.
Well, finally, after how many decades? Yeah, and the thing about he got kind of semi-lucky and semi-unlucky on this was he tried to do this thing, which I thought was really funny. So they asked for DNA, because she had DNA on her dress that she'd saved, right? So they asked him for a DNA sample. He refused to give it, right? Finally, when the trial was coming through, said, okay, fine, we'll give you a DNA sample, but we want the actual, whatever it is, the breakdown that they give you when they do the DNA. I forget what that sheet is called, the VU whatever chart. We want that information on the DNA from her dress before we give you a sample. Well, what that means is, so I'm going to give you the DNA.
That means we can make sure we get some different DNA.
Well, no, or that means he's going to sit there and go, okay, it's a match for my DNA, so I'm not going to give you a sample. Or it's not a match for my DNA, so yeah, I'm definitely going to give you a sample. But the court doesn't work that way. It's like, no, we're not going to give you the option of deciding whether the evidence is good or bad. But he refused to give a sample, tried to do it later. The judge threw it out. And it kind of lucked out because had they had the sample, she probably would have got tagged with rape. But yeah, I thought that was fun. I don't know why they couldn't just subpoena and force him to give a sample. But
I was going to say, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't.
Yeah, so was I. I don't know what the problem was, but anyway, so let's look at the Trump deal because did not go well for him.
Former President Trump is vowing to appeal the verdict in writer E. Jean Carroll's civil case against him.
A continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time. Absolutely a shame.
That's the former president posting a video on his Truth Social site overnight. A jury found him liable for sexual battery and defamation against Carroll, although it did not find he raped her, as she claimed.
So, just what we said. Once again, the witch hunt thing, it's one of those things where it's like, for witch hunts, we're finding a lot of fucking witches, aren't we? Usually at a witch hunt, you don't find the witch.
Right. Like, you actually know how that generally works? No.
Oh, so there's because there's so much about this. It's terrible. So there's this is going on. His one sort of argument was he didn't rape her. He never met her, never seen her before, and what was it? She was too ugly for him to rape. That was kind of his spiel. And he even did a town hall later this week. He did a town hall where he repeated that. And his Trump supporters were all laughing at it while he's joking about this thing he just got tagged for sexual abuse. And they're all laughing like, oh yeah, it's a joke. But anyway, his defense, not attracted to her, never met her. Here's a clip from his deposition. He did a video deposition. He didn't appear in court. The video deposition where they show him a picture with him and her, and he mistakes her for somebody else. It's pretty funny.
I know who the woman. Let's see. I don't know who. It's Marla.
You're saying Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla. Yeah, it's my wife.
Which one are you pointing to? No.
Here. Oh,
The person you just pointed to was
I
E.J.
see.
Carroll.
Who is that? Who is this?
And the woman on the right is your then wife.
I don't know.
Ivana?
This was the picture. I assume that's John Johnson. Is that? Because it's very blurry. I don't even know who that is.
So, yep, you did know her. And
Wow.
you mistook her for your second wife.
Who called his ex-wife too ugly, whom he married and procreated with.
Well, furthermore, his second wife, Marla Maples, was a model. So he can't. So if he's confusing E.G. and Carol with her, then it's like, yeah, you basically just condemned yourself, bro. Oh, the picture's blurry. It's too blurry. It wasn't. I wish I had the picture, but it wasn't.
Wow.
I could tell who it was, and I've never met him.
Dumb.
All right, so I want to get. These are the Donald Trump, the current cases, just to keep track. This is New York Magazine, so just so we're all keeping track together. Okay,
All right.
So this one's done. These are the current ones. This isn't all of them. These are just the current ones. So the Stormy Daniels hush money. That's 30 something counts.
Yep.
Right. 34 felony counts. Falsifying business records. All right. So that's going on. Election tampering in Georgia. That's still going on. Looks like, in fact, Fani Willis here she's basically indicated she's going to indict him this summer on that. And they've got that on tape, right? You remember the famous tape of him? I just need 170 something votes. Right? So they've got that. Then there's the DOJ Special Counsel Jack Smith for the classified documents he stole at Mar-a-Lago. That case is blown up because apparently somebody who was in his inner circle actually is a witness that Trump physically took documents himself, which makes it, he can't say that, oh, it was an accident or somebody took it or it wasn't me. They have physical proof that he actually took them or took documents. So now that's going to heat up sometime either later this summer or fall. Plus, there's the January 6th election aftermath, and that's a criminal case, and that's of sedition, right? But we'll see when that happens. And then the E.G. and Carroll case just got wrapped up, right? And then he's still up for business fraud in New York. And those are the current ones.
Oh my.
I swear to God, going forward, every kid who has to do a high school project on a president, they're going to be like, I don't want Taft. Taft is boring. I want the business guy that committed the fraud.
I want the business guy that said all those nasty things about
Women.
women and still got elected.
Right. I want the business guy that didn't do anything about a pandemic and he got millions of people killed. That guy. Oh man, Zachary Taylor sucks. Speaking of other